Right, yes, guys. Yes,
Stop
people.
all that. You're a
Welcome
prick. I
back
seen the comments that you was putting up.
to
You know what
another
I'm saying?
stream.
Nah, we ain't doing that. Yeah, look at you,
What?
you're a prick. Yo, the comment you was putting up while the intro was going on. Get me?
You
Only
know
at the
I
only
always
gonna
put
fist out.
comments up.
Nah.
Every time we go through the intro, I put comments up from
I
people
see
from
you in it.
our
You're
own
anti-United.
audience who want to put comments up and talk about the stream and everything like that. You know that. It's engagement and everything.
You think
It's
you're
not my fault you guys lost. Sorry, man. I can't do anything about it. You already know Ollie Tax is hefty like that.
Yeah,
You've been the main prophet when it comes to everything like that, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his misbehavings and everything over the last year or two. So, like, what do you want me to do, bro?
Nah, it's just the way you left that United comment up too long in it. I see you 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You were flicking through the comments and got to that and it stuck. But I'll let you finish your intro.
It's fatter, bro. Like, Fatter's dropped it. I've got to read what's being said. He's saying United. Ole Gunnar freestyle is at his best. Rob Hawthorne just preached that commentary on Sat. Is Rob Hawthorne the commentator or what? I'm totally big up yourself, Fatter, anyway, as always. And yeah, big up everyone that's locked in. As always, smash the like and subscribe button on your way into the stream. We're all decked out in black as expected for the funeral of Manchester United, and also get your drinks up for the champions of England as well, and the team that's top of the Premier League. As always, your mighty gargantuan Chelsea.
Champions of England on your lap.
Wait. Champions of England.
Yam's not here yet.
Oh, see.
Right, so we're champions of Europe, right? And like, I know we're doing this Brexit thing and everything, but England's still in Europe if we're being real about it. So, like, we've got to run the propaganda. We're the champions of Europe. We're the champions of England. In a month or two, we could potentially be the champions of the world too. It is what it is.
I hope you get beaten at Club World Championship.
Of course you would. You fucking salty ass rivals. You never want to see us do well, but we're here, bro. We're here. And speaking of champions of England, big up Jan in the chat as well. Big up everyone locked in. Let's get into it. As always, another episode of Shameless FC. Big up the Shameless gang locked in as well. Neil, myself with you. How has your week been, my guy?
I got no words. We're all good, man. We're all good in this end. We'll probably get onto it in a bit, but yeah, busy week, but all good with the Man United result. So apart from that, we'll get into that probably in a bit. And I look like I'm a roasted chicken. I'll change my lighting.
roasted chicken.
Legit, it's
like
very
lighting,
anyway.
You pay more attention to that than I do. Like, look how dead my lighting is.
Yo, look at him. He's been to one award show now. He's complaining about his lighting. You know what I'm saying? That
levels have gone up.
That levels have gone up. Neil's like, yo, I don't like this ambiance. I don't like this glow. I see you, Neil. Stay shining, fam. Stay shining.
Stay shining. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Don't. I'm not an egotistical dude. I don't think.
No, you're not. We leave it to the prick in the top right where we move.
Right. Big up Ryan as well. Speaking of the guy in the top right, what are you telling me, bro? You all good?
Great, bro. Been a very good weekend. Loved it. Yeah, great week.
Love to see it. We're not rolling with the same mood though, but big up Flawless, bro. What are you saying? How's your week been?
I'm blessed. You know what? My week's been better than expected because we one step closer to getting rid of this manager in it. I said it before. I said it to you. I said it to Neil. That's the most upbeat I've been after a United game all season. Was against Leicester on the weekend. That's the most upbeat I've been. It's the most energetic I've ever felt, like the whole entire season. But we'll get into that. But minus that, I'm good and blessed. No complaints.
Love to hear it. Jan as well. Big up Fatter as well, saying Flawless. I'll send you paracetamol if you want.
If you're gonna send paracetamol, send me the proper stuff. Send me cocodamol in it. You know what I'm saying? In that. If you're gonna send me the stuff, send me the strong stuff. I'm gonna tell you some weak stuff.
I don't even know how strong that shit is, but I'm gonna leave that to you. Innit? Yeah. Big up Jan. What are you saying, bro? You all good?
Yeah, good. Had a good weekend, I suppose. Apart from the fact I've been at work, but yeah. Apart from that, it's been fun.
Yeah, sounds all good. Big up. Well, let's go straight into it, and it's only one place to start as well. King Power, as we already said, all of us decked out in black for Manchester United's funeral. And I'll be real, we said there was only one team and one manager that could help Leicester City get back into form, and that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he did not disappoint. Manchester United, on the other hand, absolutely poor. And it's the same thing again where they just struggled to hold on to a lead. But the surprise is that you guys did it away from home. Flawless, let's get into it. We said this was going to be a tough run of fixtures, and you guys have started it in the worst way possible. But it's still smiling. It's like I can't even banter you and take the piss out of you about it because this is kind of what you want.
Nah, it's not.
Inside.
It's not. As well. What was that? What did you say, Jan? What did
I
you say,
think
Luke?
you're crying inside.
I'm not crying inside in that. Like, man's past that. The thing is, it's a shock to you, Lewis, in terms of us. We've been performing like that this entire run. It's just that the results haven't matched all our performances. Normally in that game, we might not concede 4, and there's a couple more moments of individual brilliance. Even the goal we scored, the opening goal from Greenwood, sums us up because we offered nothing whatsoever.
Nothing in that first half.
And then Greenwood picks up the ball, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely quality goal. Not a surprise, not a shock. This is why nothing surprises me. You know what I'm saying? In the slightest. The reason why, like I said just before, this is the most upbeat I've been after a result because we're one step closer to getting rid of this manager. He's not making it through this run. I've said he don't make it till December. I think he gets sacked after the City game because between City and Watford there's an international break. There's no way he's making it. I predicted us to get 6 points from the next 21 available. So that was the next 7 Premier League games. One of those was a draw against Leicester. So now I think we get 5. There's no way he makes it through this run whatsoever. He doesn't. I said it to Neil. We did the preview on Beyond the 90, and Neil was like, "Are we really that? Are United really that bad?" I said, "Watch, we're going to be the team to kickstart your season." Leicester haven't played that well.
Stuff like that. I'm going to ask you for lottery numbers. You know.
I told, go back and watch it, people. I said, we are the team that is going to come and kickstart your season. If you're having a bad season, you want to play us. We ain't going to beat. People are talking about the Liverpool game. It's a rivalry. It's a derby. They are going to beat us up bad because we are awful. You know what I'm saying? This guy's playing players half fit who ain't good when they're fully fit. And I'm talking about Harry Maguire in that sense. We're just bad from back to front. Like, it's awful. And the thing is, it's just, and then even with Pogba's...
Yo, if we don't win that game, I have to ask questions of Klopp, you know. I can't.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I can't lie. I have to ask questions of Klopp in that game. If we don't win,
the bar's been set. The bar's been set for.
The bar's been set. People were talking about we make it through this run. Like I said, our next 7 games was going to be tough. Obviously, it's 6 now after the Leicester game. You got Atalanta in there back to back, and Villarreal as well. And the tide's turning. You get me? I just want everyone's. You do
know if he's still in the job for the Manchester derby, Pep will take one for the team like he has been doing.
Nah, Pep won't.
Pep could have done it last season because you'd already won the league pretty much.
No, here's the thing. Even if Pep purposely tries to lose the game, Ollie will find a way to lose the game. I'm telling you. The players are Ollie out. Like when they spoke to Pogba after the game, he said everything I've been saying and others have been saying. When they ask him a question straight after the game and his first reaction is, he's tired.
He's not out of breath.
He's tired. He's tired of it. This is the same man, yeah, who just won a trophy 3-4 days ago. So he should be in a good mood. And then he came back from France, winner's medal, and then he got slapped with Ollie tax as soon as he landed in that. As soon as he landed. It's the end of the road. I just want everybody's apologies to be as loud as their disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone was on my case about this. Now everyone's turning. I want the comments. I want my Twitter ads. Everybody who was in my DMs talking shit. Come back now, innit? Everyone who's in my DMs the past few months, past year, 2 years, where are you lot now? Are you doing this for clout?
You know what I've noticed,
Come.
Everyone that was kind of Ollie in is now Ollie out. Pretty much.
So I was right. You know what I'm saying?
Final nail.
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
did it take
the fact that everyone else wanted Ollie in should have told people. Do you know what I mean? Ollie. That's why when people
talk
about
for appointing a club legend, though.
No, it's not even a club. I have no issue
never
with the
appoint
club.
Steven Gerrard in the future. Hey?
The problem, I don't have a problem with the club legend. That's not the issue. The issue is the CV. If a club legend has a CV, then hire him. It's all about on credit. You know what I'm saying? And that, do you have the credentials to take this job? That's what it is. And like, even on this panel, like 4 out of 5 of us, excluding Ryan here, all have credentials to be on the show. So that's how this works. You snuck in. You're all in the thing. So
random.
I have to give you that. That's good. That's good.
But my point is, people, I just want everyone's apologies to be as loud as their disrespect. When Lewis has put up posts on Twitter on Shameless FC and people are acting like, oh, why you got Flawless on there? He's Ollie out, blah, 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 and all this. Now what? Now everybody's quiet. You know what I'm saying? Side crickets over there. So that's my thoughts on it.
So you're saying that you can't last this run. You've seen Fabrizio Romano's recent tweet, right?
Yes, I did see that. But all that says to me is you would only come out and back a manager if you know he's under pressure. That's legit it. You don't come out. You never
not publicly come out and back.
Actually, yeah, it's like the Chelsea vote of confidence we gave Jose.
The vote of confidence, man.
That's every manager, innit?
Yeah, we all play Football Manager. It happens all the time. It'll pop up in the news and it'll be like, oh, such and such a manager has been given the dreaded vote of confidence. A manager who's secure and safe in his job. The board never come out, or Fabrizio Romano's never tweeting. He's never tweeting about Tuchel. Rodgers is never mentioned. Klopp's never mentioned. Pep's never mentioned. It's always the managers under pressure. Steve Bruce, Arteta, Oli. You know what I'm saying? That is
What a trio.
Are you good there,
Jesus
Jan?
Christ.
You're
No,
welcome.
you know what? It's funny because it's
Go
just
on.
like when you talk about Steve Bruce and Ali, like it's just Man United legends for throwing
It is.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Now
That's players.
it's Mark Hughes and you've completed it.
Yeah, that's what this prick in the top left said, isn't it? Or you can get Mark Hughes with Steve Bruce
You
and bring it
should.
back.
We got forced to have him. He wasn't even a legend of our club.
Yeah, so I'm good in it. I want to remember Mark Hughes vaguely, the player, and what he did for us. But aside from that, again, I'm gonna say it again. Yo, I want everyone's apologies to be as loud as the disrespect was, in it. You know, because why it took you up until this season to see that this manager's not good enough, I don't know. Why it took Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo to come in for you lot to see like it was, our performances haven't changed. We got worse because we don't even counter attack anymore. With Ronaldo up top, we don't even counter attack in the same way, which was our one strength. And Ronaldo's quality, don't get me wrong, but he's
Someone
not.
said that Ronaldo's made you worse, not because he's terrible, but just
Yeah.
because of how he plays. It's
The
actually
team has to accommodate for him.
Because he needs service. Ronaldo's not one of them strikers who's now Ronaldo. He's 36, 37. He's not going to create for himself anymore. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's what I said when we were talking about Ronaldo, and I was saying he's actually perfect for City. As much as I didn't particularly want him, he is perfect for us because
Exactly
he
what
wouldn't
you
have to create. He could just stay in the box. Them balls
I don't
that
think
were-
Pep wanted him.
No, he
No,
didn't.
I don't think Pep did. But the thing is, if
I
he
don't think
came
Pep
to
would have
City,
taken him. So I don't think he is
I don't
perfect
think
because
so
Pep
either.
knows
I don't.
best.
No.
Let's be honest, Pep knows best. I don't think Ronaldo is
What
perfect
he
for
did play
City.
for City
I
with the
think he is.
balls that are put in the box, he would have 3 times the amount of goals.
The
And he
Bruyne,
couldn't
the
do
Bruyne,
it.
the Bruyne cross is to Ronaldo, fam.
Yeah, it's goal every time.
I get what you mean. And Ronaldo, there's no doubt he'll score goals, but he wouldn't suit Pep's
scores
system.
goals
He
for-
wouldn't get involved in the link-up, in the build-up play
No,
like Pep
I
likes.
get your point.
Like,
I think there's better options.
Yeah,
don't get
he
me wrong.
would,
But he
but-
scored goals.
that's why he
That's
didn't
what-
want someone like Lukaku, because Lukaku's not suited for that either.
Yeah, man. Certain guys who've gone 6
To
games with no
me,
goals, no assists, no move.
I want Haaland, man. Haaland is so clinical. I'd love Haaland.
I
And
need
I
to see
think
more of
he-
Haaland's build-up
he-
play as well,
at this
whether
point.
he's suited for that as well.
Who?
I need to see more of what Haaland's build-up plays like as well.
Oh yeah, but I think you know what? Like, I think he's just like. I think
See, Pep
he's-
doesn't care about being
Yeah.
clinical. Pep used to drop Aguero, didn't he, for Gabby? Like,
Yeah,
like
Pep
come on, innit?
likes players that are versatile, and he's probably more likely to try and get Mbappe than Haaland. But I really want Haaland personally.
Nah. Yeah, I hope you're right. Don't put Killian's name on that. I'm tired of this, Jan.
Or are you
know what
hyping
I'm
up
saying?
Killian again?
Oh,
I'm tired of this.
it's
Listen,
not my fault,
no,
babes.
don't babes me either, love. All right, let's not do that. All right,
Right.
okay, sunshine. All right.
Yeah, so you've got Ronaldo. You don't need Mbappe. You don't need Haaland. You've got Ronaldo.
No, I'm not saying Haaland. I'm talking about Mbappe going to you and that. Don't put that energy out there. That's what I'm talking about. Don't do that.
You
But
know
I'll
what?
have to do I'll have to do a shameless 180.
He wants to join City. innit?
I'll have to do a shameless 180 if he joins City.
So
Any
what
club
happens
in
if he
Premier
joins
League.
Newcastle?
Yeah, that's all right. I don't care too tough about
He won't
Newcastle
join
like that.
Newcastle. They won't have
As long as
Champions
Lewis,
League
as
yet.
long as Lewis hasn't got a Newcastle, as long as Lewis
They'll
hasn't
go
got a
Madrid.
Newcastle, as long as Lewis ain't got a Newcastle panelist on this, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Up until that point, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? It was great.
You'll
when
get a
the
top
Prime
Geordie
was
in,
here.
innit?
That was the kink of the north.
And we have a
You know what I'm
Tottenham panel. What are you on about?
saying? Say that again.
We've got a
Apparently.
Tottenham panelist. What are you on
Yeah, I
about?
don't care about that. But if he went to Tottenham, it'd be an issue. What I'm saying is, as long as I don't have to hear about him being at someone else's club that's not mine, I'm cool in the country. Because I'm a big fan of Mbappe. Like anyone knows this. Like I'm a massive.
He's going
Pace
Madrid.
merchant.
He's nailed on Madrid. So it's all right.
Hey, don't talk about Salah like that, fam. Ryan, what's wrong with you, man? That's your
Easy,
best player.
excuse me, have you seen Salah's last 2 goals?
Football
Don't
friends,
talk
didn't it,
about-
Ryan?
Look at him. Yeah, he missed the joke.
Man's
Look at him,
commenting on our channel, Football Friends, and now it's my turn.
But yeah, again, back to what I was saying about United before we move on. Yeah, man, let everybody's apologies be as loud as the disrespect. Because everyone who's Ole in's now turning, and I'm not seeing no apologies. I'm not getting no I was wrong. Because when I call things wrong, I say it. I'll be like, you know what? Man called it wrong. Because if Ole had turned it around and won trophies, they're the same people who be in my DMs at me in the comments right now talking the most. Like, oh, you was wrong.
Yeah, to be fair, you always apologize to me every time you run.
When am I wrong to you? What are you talking about, babe?
It's all right.
What are you talking about, babe?
Italy and the Euros, for an example.
Yeah, that was one. You know what I'm saying?
Just a minute for you.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah,
on the
but
other note, though,
I don't like
Neil.
this toxicity on the bottom row. But go on, Lewis, carry
Yeah,
on.
you better.
I want to hear from Neil's side because we've gone through all the stuff with Manchester United and the crisis over there. Let's talk about a team returning back into form. Neil, chat to me about Leicester City's performance and their resurgence in the last 90 minutes.
So yeah, it was mad. I mean, I think I told you guys last week we were woeful for a lot of time. However, as in before this match, coming into this match, I think what it was, it's even I think I was saying to Flex kind of post match, I was like, even if you don't know football, Ronaldo is coming to town. So the whole city just gets together and goes, right, back the team, get on. And the crowd were up for it, the players were up for it, the management was up for it. Everything would just come together perfectly. Johnny Evans came back, and that's no coincidence that Johnny Evans came back and we won. I mean, the last time he came back, we won it was against Millwall, but the fact is we were coming back. It was so good. Like there was partly was they were really bad. I think it was we cut through their midfield like it wasn't there. They've got a midfield of Pogba, Bruno, and Matic. That's a sick midfield. Nothing. They got nothing throughout. So honestly, we played brilliant football. Ian Asher was fantastic. The substitutions as well were fantastic from Brendan Rodgers. Everything looked like it clicked. This is not the team that I was talking about before the international break. This is literally, I don't know what they did with that team, but everything seems to have gelled. So the training was better. The build-up play was fantastic. We managed to get a formation that worked, and it was so good. And it was just entertaining. And when it goes down to 2-2, sometimes, as you guys know, the crowd can go, oh, here we go again, and get really toxic. The crowd were right behind it. Right, we're going to go. And straight from kickoff, we scored that goal, and the whole crowd went up in our arms. And getting Paxton Daka on the score sheet is a massive thing for us as well. We've barely played any minutes, especially in the Premier League. Gets his first goal, and you see how much it means. And look at the 3-2, the Perez and Vardy, the way they celebrated. Yeah,
Also,
they
Ollie
didn't do
Katz
the
gave him his first goal.
Sorry?
You're welcome, innit?
And we score from set pieces, fam. We never score from set pieces. I've been telling Lewis.
The funniest thing when it comes to set pieces, you lot struggle with set pieces. And Man United also brought in a set piece specialist over
Hang
the
on,
summer.
didn't you get a set piece
Those
coach?
goals came from set pieces itself.
Fam, I could be the set piece coach. There isn't one.
Set piece coach.
No, I'm talking about United set piece coach. You got brought a new
sorry.
one in the summer, and you still conceded 2 goals from set piece in the same match. It's the same problem that you said the coaching side.
Look at Lewis over there, fountain of information.
Flawless,
Thank
it's
you.
okay.
Appreciate
It's
it.
okay.
Very
Rashford's
well.
back.
I was coming fresh
Flawless.
back to the
You
street.
like that, Jan? Yeah, you like that one.
Yeah, I love that. It's funny.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Flawless,
Go
everything
on.
will be okay though. Rashi's back.
Yeah, man, he scored. Rashi's back. You know what I'm saying?
Rashi-
And who was that with the delicious
Salah,
assist
yeah.
over the top for him, by the way?
Yo, that was a good pass, you
Here's the
know.
thing is, I say this all the time about that.
Yeah,
Lindelof,
man. VL
Lindelof-
Hive, I told you, we out here.
that's not a hive.
The
That's a one.
remontada
that's
will
a-
be televised.
that's-
It's being televised.
That's a one-man army. That show's been cancelled, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
It was a one-man army with the AC Hive. Now we have hella runners, so you
All
know
I'm
how
saying-
the story goes.
All I'm saying, I don't know about this story. The wrong Scandinavian fam. As I was saying anyway, with the with Lindelof.
Oh, fuck's sake, man.
With Lindelof, what's it called? I've said it all the time. I have no problem with he's done that before. His ball playing ability is no problem. It's his defending that I have an issue with. And because he's a centre-back, that should really be top of the list. Him doing that, what he did for Rashford, is nothing new. We've seen him do that before. He did it last season on a few occasions as well. But yeah, he's just not. He just sums up all the problems in it. He just sums up all him and Maguire, both of them. Ugh.
I mean, Maguire, that was his own level of disaster.
We
yesterday.
started and ended with the same chant, which was "fuck off, Maguire." We got Sionchu. It was the
sure
full
he forgot
90
with the
minutes.
Man
That
United
came up
player.
about 4 or 5 times, and he didn't like it. I think part of it because he wasn't fit, but also it was. I think the crowd really got on his back, and he wasn't used to it. I don't think he likes playing back at the King Power. To be honest, Maguire, he didn't look comfortable at all in general, but I think the crowd really got on his back. Most fans are like, we'll take the 80 million. He's not worth 80 million. But at the same time, it's like, we've got an opportunity to chat shit about a former player and back our player in the process. Why are we not going to sing this chant the entire game?
Yeah, but when you said the return back from injuries and everything, Johnny Evans is a perfect example. How important is keeping him fit going to be for you guys and the potential hope of getting back into the top 4 race?
well, you guys know from Thiago Silva how important it is to have that leadership in the back because you've got a young line there. Vestergaard isn't the answer for the majority. He potentially could be, but he's not at the moment. You know, he was just not good. Johnny Evans is the main man to keep us in games, and I've said it for the longest time. Remember when we did a show? What was it? I think before Frank Lampard. Lewis, when we played, it was like a 2-0 win, and I was saying, right, get Johnny Evans in the team because he's actually more important than Söyüncü gets the credit and Fofana gets the credit, but if you take Johnny Evans out of the two, them two drop levels massively because you need that anchor, that professionalism there. It literally, there's a reason why we were so crap in the Premier League. We get him back and we start firing again, and it's literally as day and night as that. And the problem is with this injury, it's not good. He's not coming back. It's a plantar fascia issue. It's going to keep cropping up again and again and again. So he's a massive, massive player for us. I think I was saying before, like the top 5. Again, Samori had a fucking blinder of a game as well. It's the first time I've seen him play to that level. Tillemans was on fire for the majority of the time. Vardy was just doing what Vardy does. Iheanacho was fantastic. There was just so many good performances all over the pitch. And it was just, if we can play like that for an entire season, which is hard. I mean, that took a lot out of the players to try and do. But if we can play like that, we can definitely challenge for the top 6, maybe in the top 4. But we do, I think, Antwerp in the back. We do need some kind of centre-back option because Daniel Amate did actually, the Ghanaian excellent, did pocket Ronaldo, which was beautiful to hear. But at the same time, it was like, before he's not been good enough. And we will have to see what's going to happen because there's still issues, and we can't just rely on one player to carry us forward, especially when he's 33 years old with an injury that's going to last in the rest of his life.
Yeah, I get that. Jan was enjoying that, hearing about that as well, weren't you, Jan? Seeing you smiling or drawing that and that. Hella teeth. Sorry, Lewis, to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. Big up Sasuke saying Haaland to Newcastle to play in the Championship. Could be fucking anybody to Newcastle at this point. Big up Fata as well, saying I'm still trying to work out some maths on how Man United conceded the 3rd goal straight from kickoff.
You know what was funny?
Johnny Evans.
So quick that Man United's Twitter account didn't have time to tweet about the 2 goals separately. They had to do it in the same tweet.
Way.
I saw that.
No way.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It was like Vardy puts Leicester ahead after Rashford equalised.
Yeah.
If anybody wants a laugh, go and watch the Mark Goldbridge highlights. They've clipped it on Twitter. Oh, he's like, get in your twats, and then literally the next sentence.
Speaking of that, Saeed's one. That's my bro, innit? Saeed, my guy. Even I laugh because Lewis.
I've watched that about 100 times since last night.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, but all I've seen on Twitter was Saeed needs Allah, and I just started bursting out laughing.
Nah, I've watched it about 100 times.
And he was one of the ones talking about, yeah, we back quadruples, Ronaldo, Viva Ronaldo, all these type of things. You know what I'm saying? Even
he was like to Rashford, tell your brothers to come meet me at the barbershop.
Yeah, because he's Mazza. Yeah, go on.
The final question. That final question was going to be to Flawless, but he's just disappeared. All right, cool. With that in mind, then we'll move on to. We'll go to the Liverpool game. Ryan, talk to me about your boy Mo Salah because your opinions on him have just been getting more and more peaked by the week. But chat to me, bro. What's your thoughts on the game, man? Absolutely pammed Watford 5-0. Bobby Firmino hat-trick as well. Liverpool are looking angry. Like the way they're playing, the level of dominance they're showing. But Mo Salah as well. I was speaking about on the Don Robbie show before we even started the stream and everything. And it's just the way that Liverpool are playing, the way Salah's playing, and they're playing most of their attacks through him, and he's adding playmaking to his abilities now. He's looking fucking ridiculous.
You know, I've never seen him like this before. Not even the 17-18 season. Like he was on a madness, but this looks even better. Like this legit looks so much better. I mean, it's crazy. For me, he's the best player in the world at the moment. Like it's like that between him and Benzema at the moment. If anyone said Benzema, I'm not gonna like violently argue with them, but I would go for Salah in it. Like, even we'll talk about the goal in a sec, but even the pass, for example, for that first goal, like that's what you call a proper assist in it. Like, I don't like the way assists are classed nowadays. Simple passes, stuff like that. But that was a proper assist where Mane didn't have to break stride. Good finish. That pass was beautiful. He gave Danny Rose. You know what that reminded me of in some way? It's like he ended Danny Rose's like career in a way. It reminded me of Bale against Maicon in a way where, bro, he
It's
just had it
Tottenham
on
genes
ropes.
paying off.
It's like he ended him throughout the game, man. It was crazy. But yeah, it's like everything's going through him, and like the thing is, I don't regret not going in on Salah over the last few years because I think for his performances haven't been good enough for me overall over the last few years, and I stick by that. But this season, like, I don't know what's happened to him in it. I can't lie, like he's just looked unreal. And as for the as for the goal, I mean, bro, is someone did ask me, was it this goal or the City goal the other week? I'd probably still say the City goal was better.
Yeah.
Just for a few reasons, because of who he was against, bigger game. It was 1-1 at the time. We were like 3-0 up at the time he scored yesterday. And plus, he's doing it to City players, in it. There's a difference between doing it to City players and Watford players at the end of the day. And plus, he finished the City goal with his right foot. This was still with his left, so I'd probably say the City goal was better. But yesterday was crazy as well. But as for the performance overall, it's weird because normally, and this is over the years when we've won the league and stuff. Whenever we come back from an international break, we always don't play well for the first game back. But yesterday we were on smoke from the beginning, man. On them, Watford couldn't get out. I think we had something like 84% possession in the first half. It was crazy. Watford couldn't get a sniff. Like the first time I remember Watford going forward was like when we were 1-0 up in like the 20th minute. Like, we had our second choice keeper in Kelleher. He didn't even get tested. Like he could have just, don't even know why he was there, to be honest. He had nothing to do. I bet he was just bored throughout, honestly. But I think they had their first shot on target in like midway through the second half, maybe like 4-0 up. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
That takes away from the performance that I was against a team like Watford because
that's what
they
I
were
was going to
so
say,
below
because
par.
Watford were terrible. I get that Watford were abysmal, but at the end of the day, you've got to beat what's in front of you. And from the first minute, we were just on them, man. Everything was perfect. Defense on point. Don't get me wrong, we were barely tested. Midfield, that was the biggest worry going into the game for Liverpool fans was, having Fabinho out and Curtis Jones was out, who's been in really good form recently. Thiago's obviously out, so we had to line up with Henderson, Milner, Keita, but those two did really well as well. I weren't really too worried about Henderson in the six because he has shown that he's good enough to play in the six. He does do well there. He's competent enough. Milner played really well, Milner. The assist for the second goal, still doesn't play for like however old he is, like 37-year-old or something crazy like that. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just with Liverpool, it is like that is our best performance of the season in my opinion. But it's just having your players back at the end of the day. That's all it is. When you add the Van Dijks, Matips, who were injured last season, it just improves the system. You can play your normal game, and that's it, really. I mean, and as for Firmino as well, great to see him get a hat-trick. I've said for time, I don't like this Jota guy up front. I really don't. He just doesn't offer what Firmino does. Yeah, he's probably more clinical, but he can't link up the play. He don't contribute anything really throughout the game. So I'm happy Firmino came in, scored a hat-trick, and as you can tell, much better team with Firmino in. Don't care what anyone says. And even Mane, I thought Mane had a good game as well. But
I know he got a hat trick, but like he's on 80% goal conversion, 100% shot accuracy, 54 minutes per goal.
Yeah, Firmino, because he's been injured for most of it, and he's only made one start. How many? He's only made like 2 starts in the league. He scored against Norwich. He scored 2 against Porto, and he scored 3 against Watford the other day. So he's only scored in 3 games because he's barely played any. Because he didn't even go. I think what helped him is he didn't go an international break either. I think because he's been injured quite a bit recently, so obviously he's not on fit enough form to have gone in international duty. But yeah, man, it's looking good for us. At the moment, great win yesterday. We look high on confidence. We got Atletico on Tuesday. We're already in a good position in our group. I think all we need to do in that is just avoid defeat. I think is a good result because that's our hardest game on paper in the group, Atletico away. So if we just avoid defeating, that puts us in a really, really good position. And obviously we'll have Alisson, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, etc. I'm not sure if Thiago's back for that game. But obviously we'll have all them back. So yeah, man, it's looking good. And obviously we've got that lot next weekend as well.
Do you
I'm
think you've
confident
seen?
feeling confident.
Sorry,
Go on.
I was gonna say, do you think Thiago's actually hit stride? Because he has it for what 1-2 games, and then he goes off injured, and he's not performing to a top level.
I get what you mean. I mean, he did improve to what really improve and was one of our best plays was when we went on that winning run last season, towards the end of last season, when he put Fabinho in midfield, and that really helped the whole team and Thiago, because you saw a much better Thiago with Fabinho next to him. And he started off this season. He didn't start off the first few games because I think he was just coming back from the Euros and he didn't really have much of a pre-season at Liverpool. So. But then I think he had a couple of really good games. I remember against Leeds, for example. And then obviously he got injured. I think it was against Palace. Yeah, I think he got injured against Palace, I remember. But yeah, I mean, hopefully he comes back and performs, because he has recently, when he has played, been getting used to the Premier League. I think he is used to it now. He's got his place in the team, especially when he's next to Fabinho as well. So yeah, I think Thiago will be fine when he's. The only problem is his fitness at the moment. But I do think he's actually. I think he was close to being back yesterday actually, but he just didn't make it. So, but I think he'll be back. If not for Atletico, I think he'll be back for the United game.
Fair
All
enough.
right, and with fuck Echo. There we go. Perfect.
Just want to say as well, like Jamie, obviously Mo Salah smashed it. Jamie Vardy's on the
20
same number of goals at
dislikes,
him
raw.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that's come from.
All you wallets on the dislikes, you're still pushing us further up to recommended. So big up, you guys. You're still helping the stream.
Oh,
out.
can I ask you guys a question actually? Which goal do you think is better from Salah? The one yesterday, the one the other week against City? Because I still think it's the City one.
Who thought Ryan would ever say that?
I know, man. Even I'm shocked, but you know, I have to ask it.
It's so weird after all the months of Salah slander I've heard from
Isn't
you.
it?
man.
I've literally not had to big Salah up for time.
He's doing it himself now. It's like he's all grown up.
Anymore.
All grown
Yeah, but
up.
we all admit that this Salah is on a even
Salah's always
on a
been.
different level to what
Yeah.
he's been doing the last few
He's
years.
gone
This Salah
Gone
is the
from
best Salah we've
9.5
seen.
out of 10 to 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Not
he's
really.
leading
Nah, it's
Hazard
actually a bigger
18,
difference
19
than
now.
what
9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, yeah. But you were making that like he was a 2 out of 10 when he was
Exactly, or like 4.
9 out
On a good day.
of 10. But
Nah, I've always said he's a great goal scorer. That's one thing I've never done. I've always said he's a brilliant goal scorer. It's just his overall playing games over the last 2 to 3 years, I think, has been quite poor. But at the moment, he's on smoke with that as well. So there's nothing to criticize him about.
Still strange.
Yeah, it's going to take a month or two to get used to. But United game next week. I don't know if we've already gone through it, but how confident are you feeling for this one? Or do you nervous that there could be a potential slip up? Because this is very similar to when you faced them around, I think, 18-19. And they're in a very similar position under Jose
I'd say
Mourinho. And even then, they
19-20.
got a draw.
I'd say the season we won the league is more kind of similar to this in terms of United. I don't think they're as low this season as they were going into the game that season. The same time, October, so pretty much the same amount of games played as well, I think.
Yeah, it was 19-20. I got the wrong game.
19-20.
My bad.
Yeah, yeah, we were obviously. I think we were top. I think we'd won every game up until that game that season. So we were top of the league. Obviously, it's a bit different, but obviously we're only 1 point off the top. So obviously we were in much better form than them, and everyone's predicting us to win. And we drew that game. Obviously, Salah was out for that game. Actually, from what I remember, he didn't play. I think he was injured or something. We had to play. I think we had to play Origi or something, and he was at fault for the first goal or something like that. But obviously, it will be different this time. I do think we will win this time. I genuinely think we will win this time because we're just so much better than them. It's just seeing them. They're under so much pressure.
Well, we though, they
I
always
agree, exactly. It's the same thing with Man City every single year. Like, oh, here we go, run against them, and it's just like they somehow Ole in his perfect wisdom, and you know how that is, managed to find a way in this way to get a win, and he will. I'm not saying that Liverpool are going to lose.
You know what it is though.
Don't be surprised if just they turn up.
It wouldn't shock me if it was a draw.
Come from?
It wouldn't shock me if it was a draw. I don't think we'll lose. I really don't think we'll lose the game. It wouldn't shock me if it was a draw, but What I will say, yeah, our record at Old Trafford is quite poor. We don't usually win there. We did win there a few months ago, but obviously there were no fans there, so that will make a difference. But there's so much pressure on that United team, though. That's the thing, and I don't know. I just think we'll win. That's it. I just think we'll win. I just think we're so much better than them, and we're on such good, playing so well at the moment. You know, it's like. I think obviously then we'll have Thiago and Fabinho, Alisson to add that into that as well, because obviously they weren't, like I said, they weren't playing yesterday. Obviously there's a difference between playing Watford and Manchester United, but the fact that those three weren't playing and we were still on that much smoke yesterday is a good sign for when they do come back next week. But it wouldn't shock me if it was a draw, because they end up getting these scabby results against us, especially at Old Trafford. If it was at Anfield, I'd be saying it's a win already, because we do beat them at Anfield quite regularly, actually. But it's because it's at OT, there is that bit of doubt. But I do think it is our time to beat them next Sunday. I really do.
Fair enough.
Well, I'd say let's hope so, but I actually want to see Ole make it to Chelsea v Man United.
I think it's because of the injuries United have as well.
No. You can't say that after that performance.
You weren't having that shit. I don't blame you, Rob. I'm telling you, any team can break through Manchester United on a counter-attack. Their organisation is horrendous.
Watch the third goal and the fourth goal, and you'll know what we're talking about. Like, literally, Harry Maguire was standing still, and Daka just ran past him. And he literally, the ball's in the back of the net, and Maguire still doesn't know what's happening.
Fundamentals aren't there. Mentality is not there. Tactics aren't there. Positioning isn't there.
Ryan.
It's individual
They dominate
brilliance,
us.
the same way Flawless always says it.
Yeah, player for player, Ryan. They dominate us in terms of if you take their centre backs, if you take their their players on paper. Ronaldo versus Vardy, yeah, both are good. One's world class and Vardy's whatever, but it should be playing a lot better.
Exactly. But I do wanted to ask. Obviously, he's not there, but I wanted to ask Flawless a question about the game. Obviously, I don't think he's there though. But do you guys actually think? How do you think United will set up in that game? Because in terms of what their game, do you think they will defend deep from the beginning at home?
They had no play. They had no tactics at all. We dominated them in terms of as Flawless. Their best player was De Gea, and it could have been a lot more. And I'll be honest, like we got the ball and they went, okay, what do we do now? And they just backed off us and we passed it like they weren't there. And yeah, we've got good players that can play football, but at the same time, they just didn't know how to play. And we just went right, because before Leicester of old would have not taken their chances. And we thought that was a couple of opportunities where they could have and they didn't. So we thought maybe it's going to end in a 2-2 draw. We put the foot down. We went through them again. It's another question for Flawless. But I think from seeing them just yesterday, they had no idea of what each other were doing. And when they did get the ball, Jadon Sancho was like, I don't want this. The only time that literally in the first half, all they created really was that Greenwood chance. Literally in 45
You know what? I can
minutes.
see them going 5 at the back against us.
With who though? Everybody's injured.
They can do it, I think, because they can go Luke Shaw at left centre back with Tellers at wing back, and then they can play Maguire and Lindelof as the two other centre backs with Wan-Bissaka as the right wing back. So they can actually go 5 at the back, which I actually think they will. I really do. I actually think
Ollie's never gone
done it
5 at the
before.
back, has he?
Ollie's cowardly enough to do that.
I can't remember Ollie going 5 at the back.
Yeah, he did. You know that game I was
He's done it
talking
a
about,
few
United
times.
Liverpool in 1920 when they drew, and it was kind of the same scenario. He went 5 at the back in that game.
Yeah, when we beat him in the cup semi-final, they played 5 at the back.
He has gone 5 at the back quite a few times, actually.
Just
That's a question for Flawless, but I don't know where he is at the moment.
Yeah, no, he's probably doing his own thing. I don't know. Probably back in a minute or two. We'll go to Manchester City. There's always a standard win at home against Burnley, but it didn't feel like the standard dominant performance either.
Yeah, only 2-0.
I don't really know what's been going on. In that game.
It was just it was one of them frustrating kind of games. It was like we were doing everything right, but the final pass was terrible. So like it should have been way more than 2-0. But yeah, weren't really clinical. It was one of them games because it was 1-0 for so long. I was like, oh my God, is it going to be one of them where they equalise? But luckily De Bruyne scored, so it was all right. But yeah, City didn't look at their best. I always miss Burnley because, like, for the past 4 years, I've just missed it every season at home. So
Not missing much.
No, I know. I nil 3 times. I've missed it all 3 times. So
Most predictable result, though.
yeah. I thought we'd win. I captained.
You knew you'd win.
Salah every week, in my fantasy football team. And this week, I thought, because Brentford have been so good defensively, I was like, Salah's going to score, but he probably is only going to get 1 goal, which he did, to be fair. And then I was like, wait, who did you play? Wasn't Brentford? Watford.
Yeah.
I thought maybe because it's an early kickoff and stuff, I thought Salah might only get 1 goal, which he did. So I was like,
and an assist.
I'm going to captain a City player because I was like, I think City are going to win. And I captained Bernardo. And after I captained Bernardo, I was like, he ain't going to score. And thankfully he scored, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it's just, I think, with just the finishing was poor. Like, Sterling put actually a really good ball in across the front, and the goalkeeper got there before Foden. Just one of them days where, on another day.
Sterling and Mahrez weren't at their best yesterday.
Mahrez was really poor, actually. Mahrez had one of his worst games. Who else was bad? I didn't watch it all, you see, because I was at work, so I kind of was in and out. But from what I saw, even De Bruyne didn't look great. But he's not at his best yet, you can tell. But the thing is, he doesn't have to be at his best to win us the game. So, yeah, he's all right. But, yeah, wasn't the best from us. Obviously, in the defence, Diaz didn't start. It's one of the only games he's not started. So we had Aki. Laporte was playing left back, I believe. So I think Laporte was at left back. Then we had Aki. I don't even know.
Would it been Stones?
No, it was Ake left back. And Laporte was at left centre.
Ake sounds like left back more than Laporte.
And then Laporte was there, and then we had, and then Diaz came on later. But,
Diaz, someone's saying Diaz has COVID, but he...
No, he came on, but maybe he wasn't feeling well. Maybe he's got COVID now, I don't know.
Just give it to all the players, that's fine. And then run around. And then,
what happened last season? That's why we were playing that mismatched team against Chelsea last year, because we had no players. But yeah, I think it just was one of them days where we didn't particularly play well. Stefan made a few good saves, and that was it really. Wasn't anything special, but we got the win, which is what is important right now. Because I don't think anyone, I've been saying this to Chelsea fans all week, because Chelsea fans keep telling me we're not at our best yet. And I'm like, I don't think anyone is. I think Liverpool are getting there.
Liverpool is towards their best.
Players back. I think they're as close to the best as possible. City, I don't think are anywhere near our best. Chelsea are not at their best yet because of the chances created. Man United, obviously, they're not at their best. So I think Leicester have only just started looking like they're coming into their best. So, I think, 1 game exactly. So I think everyone is going to improve as the season goes on. I don't think it's just going to be one team. I expect City to get better than they have been because, the finishing is horrendous.
You guys have tougher games coming up, though. You got Brighton next. Crystal Palace, which should be a win for you guys at home, and then you got the Manchester Derby and Everton before you face PSG. So it's going to be another tough run of 3 games as well for you guys. Question is, do you not think you have the squad capable for this run of games? Because you're going to be doing all right, but it's about the persistent pressure that you guys are going to have to deal with in the coming months as well.
Yeah, City are a bit of a weird team though, because we had a week where we had Chelsea, PSG, and Liverpool. And before that, we had Southampton, and we looked way better against PSG, Liverpool, and Chelsea than we did against Southampton. So it's just, I don't know, it's just one of them where it's just the harder the game, the better we tend to play sometimes. So I think hopefully we do all right. Crystal Palace, we tend to do all right against them, but there has been a few games over the years at home where we've not won for whatever reason.
And they've leveled up this season.
Yeah, they've taken quite a few points off us, so it's not one that I would say is a guaranteed 3 points. Man United, we do play better at Old Trafford. Last season, we didn't go for the win. I don't know why, but we played for a draw for some weird reason. and it was the worst Manchester derby I've ever seen in my life. And then after the derby, they were all hugging. And it's like, no, you need to tell Pogba to fuck off. Like, why are you hugging? Like, it just made no sense.
Start beating the piss out of them in the home end again.
I'm just like, just 2-footed tackle one of them. Like, this is a derby. We're not supposed to like each other. So, yeah, hopefully I don't see any of that.
Them days are dead, Jan. Them days are dead.
Man.
I can't even for North London. It's just about there. Like legit, you think of a derby where it's really fierce. Like really isn't one. Liverpool, Merseyside, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's not
Chelsea,
like
Brentford.
really fierce like back in the day
Fulham.
where they hated each other.
QPR.
Yeah, it's not.
No,
Also West London clubs. Nah, let me not bother. I can't be bothered with it. They're sort
you
of
don't even
shit,
play them
trust
every
me.
year.
Trust me, it's our first home game against Brentford in like 50 years in the Premier League. It's fucking shit. But at the very least, they gave us a good game. Like the last 20 minutes, we got given so much pressure in that game. But we handled the pressure. We dealt with what we had to do. And by the way, I do have to give a personal shout out. Best goalkeeper in the fucking league, Edouard Mendy. This guy has saved us so many points this season. Highest save percentage in the Premier League. Highest save percentage in Europe. I didn't get enough time on my previous stream to drop enough Edouard Mendy props. So I'm going to drop it all in here now. Best goalkeeper in Europe. And I don't know why the fuck this guy isn't in the nominations for the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, he's not going to win it, but he deserves to be in the final 30. Best goalkeeper in Europe. Won the UEFA, goalkeeper of the year. I think he's still up for the Lev Yashin competition as well, which I think is a goalkeeper's Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
But we don't have it. But Schmeichel made it as well. Big up as well. But same way, like, okay, so you can make that. You can make UEFA goalkeeper of the year. He can be statistically the best goalkeeper in Champions League history because no other goalkeeper's conceded less on a run to winning the trophy than Edouard Mendy has. And he's still not getting picked for the Ballon d'Or. Like, we already know this, it's a bit of a favoritism.
You thought all your spaces.
You thought what?
Kicked out one of your other players and put him in there because you got 5 in it, and he's not one of the 5. So
I'll be real
Mason
though.
Mount's
There was some names that surprised me. Like, I'm not even trying to throw shots, but Sterling had a poor year before the Euros. I'm surprised.
It's these Euros that's got him in there.
Euros, yes, because he was so good at the Euros. That's why he's in there. He's not in there based off form.
Yeah, but that's also why Donnarumma's there, and it's like Donnarumma's a quality goalkeeper, but I'm saying Mendy had a better year than he did.
Yeah. That's the thing. The thing is, it is like it's always been like a popularity contest. Like, it's mad though because for me, like the best player in the world, even though on form, you could argue Salah right now, but it's Messi. You know, it is Messi. Messi is the best player in the world, and it's like it's crazy because
Watch Flawless Enter now.
you look at his stats, and it's like he's not even had a bad year, but because his standards are so high, people are like, no, it should never be Messi. And it's like, but really, if you look at Messi's stats, he's still clear of everyone else. So it's a bit mad. Yeah, sorry, Ravi, I'm at work. That's why I'm not home. But yeah, like things like that. I don't know. For me, I do think Lewandowski was robbed last year. I think they should have had it. They completed the season. They should have had the Ballon d'Or. And I think
All right, it's coming to you next season.
Yeah, he would have won it. And I think maybe they give it to him this year just because he didn't win it last year and he has continued, obviously his form into this season and stuff. So they might give it him, but I don't know. I think it should be Messi. If it's based on who is the best player over the year, it should be Messi. But I don't.
You're not going for the guy with the most tackles and interceptions in the Champions League and the Euros.
No, sorry, no.
Why you got Pirlo in there?
What's up is what it is. Sorry, man.
Why is Rodri? I don't know.
Every DMP, you already know.
Someone said in the comments that Dean Henderson is better.
It shouldn't be.
Someone said in the comments that Dean Henderson's better than Mendy.
I said Fabianski.
Fabianski.
Nice.
He's a quality keeper, but Jesus Christ, he's not that good.
Pope.
What is this? And Pope.
I'm
not biting.
I mean, De Gea, like Mendy, has saved Man United this season quite a bit, but he's still.
Salah.
He hasn't had the longevity for me in terms of consistency.
Salah, and I'd put Jamie Vardy in there. Jamie Vardy's got as many goals. He's literally been unplayable at times.
Who deserves player of the season so far? Yeah, Vardy's had a really good start to season for you guys.
Salah.
Mo Salah, of course, has to be in there. As always, I'm going to drop AC.
Ronaldo Silva's been really good.
Oh,
this season,
jeez.
to be fair.
Yes,
Welcome,
lads.
Babson.
Oh,
Hey, what's good, man?
What are you telling me, bro? You all good?
all good, all good, all good.
All good. How's the week been for you as well? No Arsenal to ruin it for you either. Must have been at least a decent weekend for you.
Arsenal to ruin it. Okay. No, it's been good. I actually met Neil only a few days ago, so it's been great.
Yeah, you guys were at the FCAs. I said I would have met you guys afterwards, but I had the worst cold all week, so I didn't want to spread that to you, man. So,
Fair enough, fair enough.
what are you telling me, brother? You obviously didn't play this weekend. You got Crystal Palace on the Monday night kickoff. You got Patrick Vieira, aka the oversized Bakayoko, coming back for his return to the Emirates. What's your thoughts going into Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, my G?
I'm not entirely confident because I like Palace as a team. I think they're good, but I expect Arsenal to get the win. So yeah, it's just one of those games that you don't want to be too confident. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna beat them, we're gonna smash them. But I expect Arsenal to win. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, these Crystal Palace are a tricky team to figure out because they've had some games they played absolutely horrendously, but they've built into the season a little bit good as well. And Vieira, I don't really know what to make of him as a manager because me personally, I only saw him play in the first game of the season against us. But looking at Patrick Vieira's growth as well as a manager, what are you expecting from this game?
I think his team goes for it. They like to take risks. They like to, they don't hold back. And we saw it against Spurs. Like, they completely dominated that Spurs team. So they're clearly a team that likes to play good football. They got good players as well. Zaha, Elise, Edouard. Yeah, I'm expecting a good game. And especially with Palace's counter-attacking threat. And they press now as well. They play out the back. I don't know, man. It could be. I think it's going to be a good game, especially because it's a Monday night. Arsenal haven't played for a couple of weeks. Yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the table right now. Win takes you up.
Where's Mr. Ollie in? Ollie out gone? Is he not here?
Oh, he just dropped
out.
Ollie slander and left. Just disappeared.
Oh, is it? No, is it? Can I get some Ollie defense in?
Yeah, go for it, man. Well, we've been trying to run the case the whole stream, but I'm sure you can drop a better case of the week.
As you said, Babs, last week, minor blip.
Yeah, it's a minor blip. That's all it is. Keep the faith, United fans. This is a real deal. But nah. To be honest, right, I was surprised at how easy Leicester just walked past them. Because I know United scored 2 goals and they were in the game for a long time, but Leicester just walked past them and on the counter as well. They made Leicester look like a better team than I thought they were so far this season.
Yeah, we've leveled up massively. Honestly, in that game, you're right, but they weren't really in the game. They legit were not in the game. They created maybe 3 or 4 chances. 2 of them being the absolute worldie from Greenwood, and then the ball over the top from Lindelof. They didn't really create too much else. I think Flawless will tell you that. I think in the first half they had legit like 1 chance, which was that Greenwood. I can't think of them. We went into half time going, okay, we can definitely get something from the game. But yeah, they were just. They were there. They let us
the fact
win.
that you can
Legit, we were really good, but they let us win. Maguire was like a fridge. He just sat there the entire time.
I've always said it.
I've
always said it with Maguire. I've made my opinion clear. I don't rate him whatsoever. I think he's very overrated. And as you're a Leicester fan, you can probably give me a better opinion on it. But yeah, United are being United. And do you know what, right? I know it sounds mental for me to say this because Arsenal is so hit and miss. But when United do things like that, as long as they keep Ole there, even though Arsenal probably won't get top 4, like United are the team that if anyone drops out, they're the team that should be targeted. That's the team that's the space that opens up. You know how before the start of the season, everyone's going United 3rd, United 2nd, I'm not sure, man. Especially with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Who said that at the start of the season and got corned for it?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be Liverpool.
Title
personally,
contenders.
But
Do you know what though, Lewis?
This brilliant Manchester United side. Oh, Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! Come on, man. Smoke.
I hear that, but do you know what it is, right?
Anyone with a brain cell knew it. Man tried to call.
No. Listen, let's not slander Ole too much. Relax, not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer slander. You know what I mean? He's got tough characters to deal with in that dressing room. If any manager would find it hard. But joking aside, if they had like a Tuchel or a Guardiola or a Klopp, it's game, set and match. So I just hope they keep the faith. I seriously do. I really do. Because to be fair, they never sacked Mourinho until Champions League football was completely over. They didn't sack Van Gaal until the end of the season. So if they can do that with Ole this season, Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be so funny. And
Who do you think they'll get in if that's the case?
if they were to sack
There's not a lot
Solskjaer,
of
I think they're gonna go.
managers at the moment.
I think they go for Zidane or something.
You saw what's it called? You saw the Fabrizio tweet earlier. They gave him
Was
the
it?
big vote of confidence. Do you think it's something serious, or do you think it's more
Thing
like
is,
a
look,
sign
look,
of what's to come?
I can't. Every time I laugh at United, I get a lot of United fans say, "But you can't laugh because you've got Mikel Arteta." Now, this is asking you guys as rival fans, whoever you are, do you see Arsenal with Arteta have like a pattern or a plan compared to Solskjaer, or is it the same boat?
More of a plan.
Okay, so that's what United fans tell me. Some United fans, they say, "Well, why are you Arteta out? At least you see some sort of pattern of play." But obviously, Arsenal fans will say,
coach than Man United.
Yeah, but Solskjaer's not there to be coach, man. He's there to keep them happy. That's all he is.
That's true.
He's a man manager. He's not there to
He
give
ain't
these
even a
guys
good man
tactical
manager.
instructions. He's an
Man
old
just
school
plays
manager,
good
man.
players.
These
Man
new
just
school
plays
managers
good
are completely
players.
different. But I don't want to slander him too much. You know, it's a very hard job, Man United. I'm sure everyone has struggled doing that. So, listen, keep the faith. Glazers and all them.
Mourinho struggled.
Yeah, there you go. To be fair, you're right though. Mourinho went there, Van Gaal went there. Moyes, look at Moyes now at West Ham, and he's built a team there. And West Ham are a good team. West Ham have where they were before when Moyes came in. So, yeah, maybe Fergie was right. Maybe should have given Moyes more time.
Yeah, he's actually looked a bit more successful in the last 4 years than he has. Big up for Rudden saying, big up to Lewis, how calm you in the live stream for Chelsea v Brentford. Really admire you, bro. Big fan from India. Big up yourself, my G. And I told you,
Big up India.
bro, if Brentford were going to score, they would have scored way before we got to 90 minutes. We held on.
That game
We
was
showed-
mental.
That game was
mental.
It was stress.
Now I've seen the whole Chelsea
Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah, I've seen what's going on. Lewis has made Chelsea Twitter viral this week with the whole Paul Scholes versus Lewis Chi. I mean, imagine that. But yeah, the whole defensive
my
comment.
guy.
I see that Scholes has batted back a bit back today. I think he said something like, "If Mendy's the man of the match." I don't know if you guys have discussed this already, but do you know what? I'm not even a Paul Scholes fan, but I agree in that aspect what he meant there. I do agree with that. I'm not saying Chelsea's defense is poor, right? It just isn't. It's a very good defense, and you're one of the best defensive teams, if not the best in the league.
Yeah.
But personnel-wise, I don't know. Maybe it's system more than the personnel.
I think the system's only a problem when it comes to Lukaku. Because clearly Lukaku doesn't do something.
Lukaku's getting slander. Lukaku's getting massive slander. I see someone compare to what's that guy's name? He does that show.
I said Paul from Blue Therapy. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
taking a piss. Fuck off, man. Fuck
No,
off.
man, bro.
But
Lukaku's
it's gonna
getting
happen.
praised.
Rival fans are gonna do that all the time, so I respect where it comes from.
Yeah, he turned up against Pablo Mari and Rob Holding, and he thought it'd be easy, and then he, just kind of fallen off since then. But look, I've never rated Lukaku like he's the guy. But I think he was at one point world class at Inter Milan. Maybe still is world class, but I don't think he's like some fans of. I think you guys are calling him like R9. He's Drogba, and he's just not that guy. He's not.
When we said R9, I'll be real. The bigger problem for Lukaku, other than his pressing, is the fact our midfield can't fight.
But you don't expect him to press. No, I just thought maybe going from United to Inter.
It wouldn't be a problem if he scored more. But the reason why he's not scoring more is because our midfield never notices him when he's in good positions because they have the ball.
You got
They
Money
all play
Mace.
with
You
their
got
head
Money Mace. You got Kai Havertz. He's great as well.
Havertz has been horrendous since the start of the season. I'm talking about the centre mid. Kante, Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
But he's not great, bro.
Great ball progressors, amazing dribblers, great at break-up play, but they never look up until it's too late. They never.
Lukaku does need that guy to play with, and he doesn't have that.
Is that Tuchel's fault?
That's
Or
not
is that
Tuchel's
players'
fault.
No,
I think
these are the
Tuchel maybe
players.
has overestimated
The players are on the
how much
pitch.
Lukaku can adapt. That's probably kind of it. I think he thought maybe Lukaku can play as a lone striker, which he can do. Yeah, I'm not saying he can't, but in big games or sometimes when the games are going against you. For me, it was that game against Liverpool. I know Chelsea drew that game and it was a good defensive performance, but when I see Van Dijk handle him like that, I said, yeah, he's the same. He's the same Don. He's not changed.
No,
He's the same
massive.
for Man United.
Look, Van Dijk had him on his horse. He had Van Dijk.
That's not, and by the way, that's not a bad thing. Van Dijk could get any striker out of the way, but I thought maybe Lukaku has changed. Like that was a game that you could have showed me, like, yo, I'm different now. I'm the guy now. I cause you issues.
Can I just say
Van Dijk
something
just
about
pushed him
Van
to one
Dijk
side.
quick?
Go on.
Go on.
At the moment, he's not even the best centre back at our club.
Who is it then? Is it Nat Phillips?
Matip. At the moment, Matip's better than him at the club. I'm just saying.
Matip's not
I'm
even
sorry,
better than Joe Gomez, bro.
Bro, get out of
Joe
here.
Gomez is shit, bro.
He's not. Joe Gomez is brilliant, mate. Long may he remain at Liverpool, man. He's perfect. Every year on FIFA, Joe Gomez is the one centre back I can actually use because he's got pace. So long may he continue at Liverpool.
Joe Gomez is a bum.
He's not.
You said that about Salah last year, bruv. So I would
I don't respect. Listen, Ryan, I don't respect your talent ID. You're calling Mo Salah bum and like Mo Salah right now. Yeah, so listen, if you think he's bad, that means he's good. That's how I'm looking at it.
Joe Gomez is awful.
Anyone you think is good is bad. Anyone you think is bad is good.
Opposite day.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Christensen's poor as well, and look where we're at. So
but he's right on that though. That's different.
Well, what do you mean, man? 41
that should be at the back
games. You dickhead.
But yeah.
What about you, man? Your guy ain't good enough unless Van Dijk's holding his hand for 90 minutes.
I just said he's been better than Van Dijk this season. It's more Matthew's been holding his hand.
Do you know what's funny though, right? You lot mentioned defenses, right? And I remember how Man United fans always crack on about Man City spend, right? They spend this much on fullbacks. Their team or their back five against Leicester cost £215 Great British million. And these men still have excuses. They're going, there's not enough defensive midfielders. Maguire's not fully fit. Bro, look how much that cost. But you don't mention that, do you? You don't mention that. The fact they don't mention that is just like, it's just so hypocritical. And they mention Arsenal's defence. They go, Arsenal spent money on Ramsdale and Tomiyasu. But at least we've actually got a good defence. Like, we don't concede goals like other teams do. Last year we conceded the third least in the league. United conceded the 8th least or something like that. So, yeah, these man jokers. Joke of a club, but long may it continue.
But that's why, like, all the Chelsea fans are getting triggered by what Paul said. But it's like, people say that about City every year. Everyone says City's defence, it's overrated, it's shit.
It's not overrated.
And then we always concede either the least, or if someone concedes less than us, it's 2 or 3 goals. Like, even the Champions League last season, we conceded one more than Chelsea, and that was the final goal in the final. So if that game goes the other way, it's completely the other way. So yeah, it's really, our defense is actually quite good statistically. But we never get, like, people are bigging up Diaz, and then other people are saying, oh, he's so overrated, he's not that good. And Stones, people don't rate Stones, they don't rate Laporte that much. Like, I don't really care. Like, at the end of the day, our defense could be better, of course. I think every defense can improve, but overall, they're quite solid. Like, especially Laporte and Diaz this season. Them two, when they've started together, have been really, really solid. So, can't really support them too much.
Do you know what I think it is? It's because your team is so good at winning the ball back high up the pitch. Yeah. And they're just so good at pressing and defending as a team. You don't need your defenders to stand out.
Yeah. They're not.
So that's why. But yeah, teams like Man United, I mean, against Leicester, fuck me. Like, some of the defending I saw in that game, I was like, yeah, these bad. And they're meant to be title contenders. Let's just remember that. They're meant to be title contenders. Meant to be the Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City. It's meant to be a full teams in a title race. Like, as it stands, they'll be lucky to make it into the top 5. Because their defending is that bad. It's that bad. I swear, I've never seen a team be so easy to just play through and to just get through to the final third against. So yeah, listen, it's not Ole's fault. Let's make it clear. It's not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's doing the best he can do. It's just the United DNA. That's what it is.
I can't be asked because they'll all turn into prime Messi when they play City. I can't be asked. They always do it.
No, but also, like, let me give an unpopular opinion right now. I know Ronaldo's great, right? But this guy, he literally is nothing apart from the tap-ins. Like, at this point of his career, let me make that clear. Not talking about his prime, right? As of right now, he is literally nothing until he gets like a tap-in. And he's great at that. Fair enough. That's what it matters, right? Goals. But against Leicester, I mean, listen, you have Sionchu, Evans, and who else was it? Was it
Ghanaian excellence, best Ghanaian in the Premier.
Shut up, Amate, right? And like he was not there. Like, he gave no threat. He was
Ronaldo. I don't think Partey could do that.
Yeah, listen, mate, don't worry. Thomas Partey's done it at Old Trafford already. So, all jokes aside, man, I think Ronaldo is an issue. Because United can never press like they want to anymore. Because they've got a guy there who doesn't want to press. He can't press. And it's not his fault. Like, he's just aged now.
Gone as well.
Their counter-attack's gone. Ronaldo's just... Bro, have you noticed Fernandez's performance has dropped off as well? Like, Fernandez is not the same.
Yeah, we need a bum anyway.
No, I know, but I hear that. But I think he's like... because they both take up the same positions. That's what it is, right? They take up similar positions centrally, trying to get the spotlight, take long shots.
Bruno was coming
Yeah, that
out
attack
late.
is selfish. Do you know what I think United teams lack? It's not talent, it's balance. That team is so imbalanced.
Oh yeah, they're so
Like,
unbalanced. Yeah.
Against Leicester, you have Pogba, Sancho, Greenwood, Ronaldo, and Fernandes in the same team. There's no balance there.
This
They've
is what
tried
I've always said though, with like, because it's like a lot of people will say, "Oh, City play better without De Bruyne and stuff like that." And the thing is, like, when you play with a player like that, and like, it's not really De Bruyne because he doesn't demand it the way Ronaldo would, but like, everyone looks to pass to that player. So Bruno, whereas last season he would have had a shot, he's now looking for Ronaldo. So if he makes that pass and it doesn't get to Ronaldo, it's probably just going to go back up the other end. Do you know what I mean? Like, back last season, he would probably shoot. And I think, like with City, for example, everything goes through De Bruyne. When De Bruyne doesn't play, the defense don't know whether it's going to Bernardo, Raheem, Rodri. They don't know. So it makes us less predictable. I think with Man United, when you've got a player like Ronaldo, he's going to demand everything. So them players like Greenwood, he is a fantastic. He's probably at the moment one of the best finishers in the league in terms of puts the ball in the net. You know,
in form.
He's very, very good at finishing, and it's like because Ronaldo's there, he's less likely to score goals. Do you know what I mean? And it's a bit unfair on him because I think he would have had, you know, quite a big. I think
I'm not trying to make this.
That was the wrong signing for them. I think he should have come to City as much as I love him. I think he would have done what he needed to do. He would have come, he would have scored a lot of goals, and he probably would have won something. So, I don't know.
I'm not trying to make this Messi Ronaldo debates because I know it's boring, but this is why Ronaldo's in the GOAT. Like, have you ever had a game where Ronaldo's not scored a goal and you've gone, right, best player on the pitch?
No.
You never do that, right? Whereas with Messi, he has games where he might not score or assist. And he just will still be the best player on the pitch. Like, you don't see it with Ronaldo. You never. It's always after he scores a goal, whether it's a tap in or a free kick or a penalty. He's the greatest of all time. But where is he the rest of the game?
That's his thing. His ability to pop out of nowhere and be clutch.
Ronaldo is a player who, if you watch play, you know he's not the greatest of all time. If you actually watch his game in terms of 90 minutes, but you see the headlines. You might have not watched it, but you might have seen the news after headline. Ronaldo, he's one that won it for United again. But if you watch the game, you know he was bang average for most of it, right? Whereas Messi will literally be, Messi will be 9 out of 10 all game and then score a goal. I don't know how this is even a debate, but hey, I'm not trying to go back there. That's just, I think it's basic knowledge.
Yeah, Flawless will pop back in if you keep talking about
it. Let him come back, man. He's run away today. He knew I was coming. He disappeared.
Big up Fatta saying we don't have a proper creator from midfield. We had the best ball progression J5, but creator missing piece at the moment. We don't have a proper creator. We don't have anyone that finds that final pass.
You have Kai Havertz, you have Mason Mount, you've got Ziyech and create. You've got loads of players.
They got Ziyech. There you go.
I can't lie.
What about?
I can't lie. Ziyech are gonna have to hold the L on. I think. I don't think that.
Right, so Ziyech's the dud now. Okay.
Yeah, I can't.
I saw you fans were comparing with Fernandes, no?
To Bruno. Yeah,
I think this. I remember it feel like Ziyech's gonna show Bruno levels or something.
Nah, man. I don't really recall that one. Still, nah. Sorry, man.
But talk to me about Kai Havertz though. talk to me about Kai Havertz.
He always starts season slowly. Like I'm used to it. I already knew from the stats from last season that this was the sort of season you'd expect from him. But even for that, like he's been like ghosting games, no take on.
I don't think he's ghosting. I don't think he suits what you're playing him right now. I don't think he does. I've always seen him as a false 9. I can't even see him as a 10.
Usually,
he's for me, he's like Thomas Müller.
Lukaku plays. So you kind of push him a bit to the left now. But even with that,
do you know where Werner plays, right? I think that's where Lukaku and Havertz, the two. I don't know if it would work. I'm just a guess at this point. But
I can't see
for me, Havertz
working as a 2.
Havertz for me is like a Thomas Müller. So you got Müller and Lewandowski. Yeah. Like, Havertz will just pick up positions, but he's not like they compare him to Özil because he's left-footed and German, but he's not a Mesut Özil. He's a different type of player. But I think he is more like a late run into the box, false 9, second striker. But he's playing as like almost a number 10, and that's not his game.
Yeah, he's creative, but I see him as kind of more of a finisher. If anything, just a high
exactly that.
Really.
He's a great header of the ball. He's got a great touch as well. Yeah. I mean, also
this entire season, like he's been poor from the start.
Yeah,
barely been able.
Yeah, but then even Mason Mount isn't really. He's more of an 8 than a 10. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mason Mount's way more than A. He's better at progressing the ball from the midfield into the attacking third, as opposed to collecting it in the attacking areas.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got so many players in that position that are better at number 8s. Like if you think about like the likes
Kovacic.
of
Kante.
Kovacic is better. We got even Kante can do a better job at number 8
even
as well.
in terms of the final ball, like Kovacic has the vision, but he doesn't have the execution. Kante doesn't really have the vision in terms of the final ball. Ruben Loftus-Cheek doesn't really have the vision in him right now. Jorginho plays too deep, in my opinion.
Do you know who you're missing? I'm being real here now. You're missing a prime Willian. No, I'm not even joking it. Remember prime Willian as like a number 10 right winger? No, I'm being serious, Lewis. You've watched him play. He won a league title for you guys, right? He was a part of the team that won this. Prime Willian, right? Listen, mate, he'd be unmatched in that like false number 10 position, dropping off key passes, runs in behind you. You're missing him and Hazard. None of those two, Willian and Hazard, and you had Costa up front. That trio would bang.
Guys, I asked for end product and he came up with Willian.
He had 10 goals in his last season for Chelsea.
He's trying to sell you Pepe, 80 mil.
Nah, Pepe is completely different. Pepe is completely different.
7 of them were set pieces, penalties, free kicks. Most were penalties.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? That's still world class, mate. Because Fernandes does that, Ronaldo does that, and he's the greatest player of all time.
Then?
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? Because Arsenal tax, isn't it?
Oh, man's literally admitting to
Do you want Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain?
Willian.
Yeah, I've heard there's rumours.
The other guy, Eden Hazard, that would have been perfect.
No, Hazard and
more creativity.
What front three? To be honest, what front three was better, right? Lukaku, Havertz, Mount, or Willian, Hazard, and Diego Costa. Think about it, because both teams.
Costa.
No, you had the three. You know, you had Hazard as one. No, in the 4-3-3. No, you had that. That wasn't that your three attackers. No.
Well, it was more Hazard, Pedro, Costa, but that front three, yeah, they're levels, absolute levels.
Yeah, I think Willian was good for you guys. I don't know why you guys hate him so much. I don't think he's awful.
I've told you because like I'm asking for end product, and you're giving me Willian, who has this.
He scored a couple good goals for you guys. Didn't he score at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Did you hear the key word? A couple. You said a couple.
Nah, there's a fair. Yeah, it was once. Hang on, was this not once a Chelsea Player of the Year?
We finished 10th.
So, it was the best player. Hazard was in your team then. Costa was in the same team then. Fabregas was there as well.
Diego Costa was my player of the season, not Willian. But we moved.
Willian kept Mourinho in a job for a while.
Quick question about Chilwell. Is Chilwell doing the same thing that he was doing at Leicester? Just kind of like on paper, he looks like he's popping up, scoring goals and stuff. But is he just a bit lackluster at the moment? Mentality
he started the season, but then he was barely playing as well. But he's really coming into his own. He was good against Brentford, one of our better players, and it's not just the goal as well. He was very threatening off that left-hand side. I'm not sure why he didn't start at the start of the season, but I didn't really mind. Like if you rest him at the start, you get more games out of him in the end, I guess. And Alonso was still playing well at the start, at the very least. But now his form's dipped. Chilwell's back in. We're back to normality. And yeah, I'm just happy Ben Chilwell's in the squad because Alonso always gives me a near heart attack. But yeah, no, never want Willian near the squad again. I can't be asked for Willian revisionism. It's one of the worst.
I remember, right? I remember this clearly. Before Arsenal signed Willian, there was like Chelsea fans, like, and this was legit. This was even banter. They were making comps of Willian. Like, what a season, and I see all the quote replies of... No, legit, like, good comps of Willian, great season. Who's that guy who makes Chelsea compilations? He's done a couple of legit ones. Oh, I forgot his name, but he did one, and I remember seeing the quote replies, and they were literally all, not even banter, like, these men are going, great player, underrated, signed the contract. Yeah, your fans liked him, so I don't even... I think you just hate
liked him because he fucked off Tottenham to come join us, and we made a funny little chant about it, and that was it. Like, to me, I hate Willian revisionism.
See, look, there's a thing about Chelsea, though, isn't it?
He was solid until 2016, and after that, he was horrendous.
Yeah, there you go. But that was prime Willian. 2016-17 under Antonio Conte.
Prime Willian was just good dribbling, and
yeah, there you go. That's what you need. That's better than what Havertz.
I see more of a ball carrier than a dribbler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Willian's what you need.
Would have been an amazing move. Because
I think Willian would have started for you guys now. Legit, if he was there, prime Willian, I think Tuchel starts him. Managers love it. There's a reason why he's out.
Right wing back for us.
No,
And we were done.
right, we went back. He plays at 10. He's exactly what Tuchel would want in terms of its profile of player in that number 10 right wing, left wing positions. Trust me, he would have. There's a reason why he started for Mourinho. He started for Conte. He started for all your managers, but Lampard as well. And he came to Arsenal.
You know what those managers want? Work rate.
And that's why he'd start. That's what Mason Mount starts.
Never take the work rate away from him, Willian. And I know it's a very low bar, but Mount is better end product than Willian does. Definitely. Does.
He does. But listen, come on, Mason Mount. Nah, I'm not. It's fine. It is what it is, man. Just bring back Willian. That's what I'm saying.
Before I bring Johnny into the chat,
I'll bun that guy, man. He's his fake minerals, man. Minerals out of China, man. Nah, man. That guy is
Chinese minerals.
made in China minerals.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Z Gold saying United always start season bad, same as last season. James Dean saying Willian creates a
There
lot
you
of
go. Look, James Dean knows.
Don't
James Dean knows. Lewis, just admit it. You're wrong.
By Project Restart Willian when he was begging for a new contract at Chelsea. Do not get fooled by it. We saw the same thing with Adebayor back in the day, and that's the exact same thing we're seeing now. I'm not hearing it. Willian, if he had any semblance of consistency for more than 2-3 months, then I might have had a conversation. The best Willian that I've seen is Project Restart and that 1 month after he banged that goal against Barcelona. Other than that, meaty as fuck. I don't want to hear it. Respect for the 7 years, the work rate, and that double at White Hart Lane before you left. Other than that, I kind of wanted you gone for about 3 years before you left. It is what it is. But yeah.
£50 million.
Yes, and fucking Artur, and we said no. Barcelona were throwing money at our face, and we said no. But it is what it is.
They'll throw money at everything.
Fair enough.
Look at them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still do respect it. But yeah, anyone got any other final thoughts so we wrap up the stream?
Title charge continues tomorrow.
Love to see it. Title charge continues, but until then, we are, as always, top of the league. So big up and cheers to everyone supporting the team from the top of the league and everyone looking down on us as well. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. It's been yet another great episode of Shameless FC. Big up everyone that's locked in. We will be back. I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, actually, so I'll see you guys on Tuesday. But until then, take care, like and subscribe, and as always, up the fucking